Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wrestling Prime. I am your host, Tom Dog. And ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Night two of Wrestle Mania is over, and I'm going to be reviewing night two. Then after that, we're going to discuss um, what was the better night and everything, and some WrestleMania moments. What was um and everything else, where we at now and everything, and pretty much moving forward to what's going to be going on with WWE moving forward. And but yeah, this was really good. Before we even talk about WrestleMania, night two of WrestleMania 40, we got to do what we normally do, and that's do the shout outs. I mean, no, not the shout outs, but the plugs that we do. This episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. If you have any wrestling stuff that you want to get rid of, like autographs and pop vinyls and other things in that nature, check out. And you just happen to be in the Southington, Connecticut area, you want to check out this amazing store, then M&J will take really good care of you. They really will, and awesome. It's awesome. And like I said, if you happen to be in the Southington, Connecticut area and you want to know where this amazing store is, and they also have a list of, they also have some events lined up and everything like that. So if you want to check out for information on where in Southington it is and where it's at, check it out on their webpage over at mnjvideogames.com. And this episode is brought to you by W.GG. What is W.GG? What is W? W is an energy drink that is a hell of a lot better than Prime. It's like, you hear that, Logan Paul? Yes, I said it. It's an energy drink that's a hell of a lot better than Prime. It's like, you don't. It's like, what makes it different from Prime is that there's no there's no sugar, there's no artificial dyes and colorings and everything, and even better, it doesn't make you. It doesn't. There is zero chances of you crashing. And and believe me, I don't even have any with me, but I do have some alternative. And so yeah, Coke Zero. Yes, sir. So if I had some W energy drinks right now, it would be it would be a lot better, because I'm not I wouldn't be, but I had a busy night because I had to get all my notes together, prepare from last night and everything. And oh man, it is crazy, crazy, crazy. And yeah, we're gonna talk about that, Ricky. I'm not gonna spoil it right now because I'm still getting into this promo. So yeah, I will bring up that question when it does come up. And so yes, and but yes, um, but yeah, shout out to Ricky H, who did a run in right now. So yeah, big shout out to him. Glad to see you coming in. And so, um, so anyways, going back to W.GT, got some energy, some energy drinks and everything. And if you go on to W.GG right now, you can use the promo code Brill at the checkout and save 10% on your purchase. So yeah, this is amazing. This is it's a wonderful drink. I love it, and I strongly recommend that you get the Beach and Peach. It is the best. I like that one. So so yeah, you can save 10% right now on your purchase, and there you go. That's w.gg, promo code Brill at the checkout. Save 10% on your purchase today. So yes, WrestleMania. Whoa, almost dropped my drink. Um, Night 2 is in the books, man. This was an amazing show, and we have to, just like you know, the big thing is finishing the story. We got to finish the story. We got to finish this Night 2 story so that we can get on to some other stuff as well. um, yes, sir. Um, so let me get my notes in check, and we can get this started. Oh, geez, jumping all over the place here. Okay. Um, so Stephanie McMahon showed up, and yeah, it was surprising. Rumors are not true about Triple H and Stephanie divorcing. So yeah, you can put that to rest. So just because of some personal problems with another McMahon, that doesn't mean that it has to carry over with Stephanie McMahon, contrary to whatever rumors are floating around and everything. So, but we are, but yeah, she announced the Paul Levesque era or the Triple H era, or wherever you want to call it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and hope you all are too, because you know, that's all you can be is ready. And the question is, are you ready? So get ready for a wild ride that the WWE is going to be moving forward with, and everything. And I'm beginning to like it because hey, it's kind of like people can say that it's attitude era 2.0, which respectfully so, because of all the stuff that's been going on lately, and some shit bombs have been dropped on commentary as well too. Pat McAfee. So yeah. So opening contest, they had to get this match out of the way, and rightfully so. Very good opener too to start off with. Seth Rollins defending his world heavyweight championship against Drew McIntyre. Um, and like I said, it was a very good opener. This match was brutal. All right, I swear to God, I think I'm gonna knock this drink down. So you know what? I'm gonna set this down right here, so it's not in the way of me knocking things over. Because I'm feeling the crash already. I should have got some w.gg and use the promo code Brill at checkout to save 10% on the purchase. Um, but yeah, this was brutal from start to finish. Um, it was a really good match, and Seth Rollins was still favoring some injuries from night one, with the tag match, with the tag match and everything like that, main event, and so yeah, um, and rightfully so. Um, but Drew McIntyre was also you know distracted because of the fact that CM Punk was out there doing commentary, and it was, and it's like All CM Punk was doing was calling the match, and so yeah, it was you know he did a good job of not getting involved in that part. So yeah, it was really good, and so yeah, but at the same time, Drew McIntyre just used finisher after finisher after finisher of the Claymore and everything, and so it was mostly finish finisher a finisher match, and so yeah, it could have gone either way, and Drew McIntyre at the end, you know, did a few more Claymores to win the match and become the new World Heavyweight Champion. Um, then after the match, Drew started getting to the face of CM Punk, and um, he blindsided. Punk took off the brace and used it on used it on McIntyre, and just beat the holy hell out of him. And yeah, it was awesome, which opened up the opportunity for Damian Priest to come down and cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase, and there you go, game set match, cashed in. Priest cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase, um, beat him down, threw a finisher on him, and win the match to become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So yeah, congratulations, Damian Priest. And I want you to know something right now. I actually predicted that. I wrote it down on my predictions list. I don't know how that's different from the predictions that I gave, uh, on my predictions show. But what I did have it down on my notes here. That McIntyre was going to win, and then Priest cashes his in, and yeah, I called it. So yeah, and it was kind of a lot of people say, well, that was obvious, and it's like, yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, he was, McIntyre so in, was more invested on, you know, you know, focusing on CM Punk, and he could have just did his celebration, maybe look in his direction, then leave. But and and that would have been all well and good. But then we would never have seen Damian Priest catching that briefcase. So yeah, so it was an opportunity, and so yeah, That's what happens at the with the briefcase is that opportunity comes. There you go. You got to take it. Um, this match I give a solid A. I give this match a solid A. So yeah, congratulations again to Damian Priest on winning the match, cashing in and becoming a new champion. Up next, um, this one I did not predict, so my prediction does not count on this, so, because I didn't. Obviously I didn't make one, um, so yeah, it's not gonna count. It's not gonna count and everything. So um, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, um, taking on the Final Testament. Um, it was an okay match, for what it was. Um, not really much of a street fight, but it was nice seeing Bubba Ray Dudley come in there as a special referee, and it's a shame that Devon wasn't uh you know didn't get involved somehow, because I thought that would have been nice too. but I guess he's retired now, so I don't know. I don't know the story on that, but yeah, Bubba Ray showed up and became a special referee for this match, and yeah, got a huge pop, because ECW original, so yeah, obviously he's gonna get a good pop and everything like that. So ECW was that in a way was kind of in full effect in at WrestleMania. Would have been nice if they had like an ECW reunion. Just saying. Maybe instead of along with Paul Heyman, we could have had like um maybe Sabu or Sandman or something like that. Thought that'd be really cool. It's a shame that Taz is commentating on AEW. He probably would have also um would have been inducted. Would have been really cool. So yeah, maybe even Tommy Dreamer. I don't know about that though, but yeah, you know, who knows? But yeah, um, this was an okay match for what it was. Um, and it was nice seeing Bubba Ray getting involved and everything, get the tables, and there was a botchamania moment with the table with one of the tables, so we're gonna see that on botchamania uh, real soon, maybe this weekend, this coming weekend. So yeah, it's hard to say, you know. But nonetheless, it was a very good match. It was a good match for what it was, and you know, put butts in seats, and not much to talk about. It's just a regular, like a type of match that you would see on Monday Night Raw. So, and Lashley and the Street Profits win the match. Give this match a B plus. It's only fair, but you know, only that way. If that spot was, if that spot didn't have, that botch didn't happen, I probably would have given it a higher grade. But I wasn't really that much invested in this match, anyways. You know, but for what it was still a pretty good match. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I actually um was underestimated in this match. So this is one of the WrestleMania matches that um underrated, and yeah, um rightfully so. There was even some good spots with B-Fab and that one member from the Final Testament. I forgot her name, but yeah, they both went through a table. It was awesome, awesome spot. Um, so yeah, it was for what it was, decent match, and it's one of those hidden, it's one of those matches that you can watch, and it's like a guilty pleasure match technically. So yeah. Um. So and then we have another one, um, which was just as underwhelming because the fans weren't really invested in this next match, and that was LA Knight versus AJ Styles. I predicted LA Knight to win. I got it right. And so yeah, it was a good, for what it was. Again, it was a good match. Um, Nothing really. It was just slow paced and everything, and it was just like, can we speed it up a little bit? You can have you don't need to necessarily have a quick match, but this was the type of match that could have easily just been on. been on like on a kickoff, like a kickoff event or a kickoff match or something, or on SmackDown, um, that sort of thing. So this was one of um, the least favorite matches on the card and everything. So I give this one a B minus. Again, this was, and yeah, LA Knight won, as I said. Um, but yeah, it was all right for what it was. And but yeah, there was um, you know, again, this was one of those matches where you can like you could watch this and you wouldn't feel guilty watching it and everything. It's one again. This is one of those guilty pleasure matches and everything, and so um, so yeah, it's another guilty pleasure match, but not as not as overwhelming than than the previous match with the 6-man street fight. Um, but for what it was, it was watchable because I like LA Knight. So yeah. So up next, up next, the triple threat match for the United States Championship. Logan Paul defending the U.S. belt against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. And I'm not gonna lie, the match was good, but the ending sucked. And so yeah, I'm gonna be using that more often now because thank you, Michael Cole, for saying that. Um, for what it was actually a very for what it was decent. Um, I was hoping that either um Orton or Owens would have won. Um, but Logan Paul won the match. Lottie freaking da. You know, I did like this match. I just don't like who Randy and Kevin were fighting. Just saying. Everybody knows why. Um, and then he had I didn't really mind the brass. I didn't mind the brass knuckles coming into play that much because pretty much in a triple threat match anything goes. So um, so yeah, I left that slide. However, and also the interference by some random guy. I forgot the guy's name because all I do know is that he's a YouTuber and one of Logan Paul's friends, and which means I don't give a shit. So just saying. Um, so it's just another jabroni, and yeah, he got what he deserved because he tried to pick a fight, with Randy Orton, and and he got laid out. And I just like it when when Pat McAfee goes like he might be dead, Cole. I'm like, good. And I would have laughed. It was like if I was doing commentary, um, during the Logan Paul, and the words are uttered, you might be dead or something like that. I'm just gonna laugh. But I just hate Logan Paul, and for him being United States champion, whatever you feel about him, I don't really care. But I don't I just I have personal hatred towards Logan Paul, and the fact that he's feeding off the WWE like he needs the money. Technically he doesn't. I mean, because he got that piss water that he's got that stuff that he pees in a bottle in, and trying to sell it as Prime. So yeah, getw.gg right there. So yeah, you know, it's like it's pathetic that and I the fact that I even had to see that that stupid brand on the ring, it was and and even that little display thing, I just wanted to like really, it's like you know there's no need for it. So um yeah. um Randy looked good, Kevin looked good, Logan Paul, I give him his own grade, which is an F minus. um he gets his own grade. He gets his own, if he wins matches, he gets a low grade. If he loses matches, I give him a high grade. So yeah, I give him a great grade accordingly about how badly he lost. So yeah. See, that's the bias. That's the hatred I have towards Logan Paul, and I'm not going into details because I keep repeating myself about why I hate him, and just go back to watch some of my older stuff, and you'll know the answer to that. And it just involves his behavior in Japan, and that's all I'm going to have to say about that. So yeah. Um, the match was a B plus. I will give credit where credit is due. I'm not going to give Logan Paul the benefit of looking good in this match because he can look like $1,000,000 in this match because technically he's worth more. But I wouldn't give him the satisfaction of being a great superstar. So or a wrestler. So, but I just keep thinking to myself, Mike Tyson's going to just destroy his brother, so I'll be happy. And it's going to be on Netflix too. But anyways, that's boxing. We're talking about wrestling, and more importantly, Wrestle Mania. But yeah, Logan Paul grade F minus. Um, Overall, the match is a B plus. So I had a good time, especially when Logan Paul did get thrown around a lot, and that right there, I'm happy. So okay. Up next, Io Sky defending her women's championship against Bailey, number one contender. She won the women's battle Royal Rumble, and she earned her spot to get in there. And believe it or not, I was actually impressed with this match because Bailey hasn't won a women's title, singles in a singles match, and this right here was actually really good. Nobody interfered in this match. It was a good, clean match. Um, Nothing really bad to say about this match. Both of them looked really good and everything. With the move set, their move set were on point. Um, the electricity was there. Bailey looked good out there. Io Sky looking good, trying to defend her title. Um, like I said, nothing bad to say about this match. Hardly any botches from what I saw. Um, you know, I didn't really see any botches in this match. So yeah, this was a match to see, and Bailey did it. She wins she is the new WWE Women's Champion, and yeah, this match was a solid A, and yeah, this was worth watching. So yeah, definitely check this match out if you haven't seen that match yet. So all right, and now we come to the main event. Roman Reigns defending his championship against Cody Rhodes under Bloodline rules. Last night, night one of WrestleMania. That's what happened. that was the end game that it had to be. Bloodline rules. Um, After losing the match between with Roman and The Rock, and yeah, this was a match to see. This was a very important match, and believe me, at first I didn't think that they were gonna, you know, at first they didn't really do anything that would have, you know, contemplated as bloodline rules, considering the fact that, um, you know, if it would have ended without the bloodline interfering, I would have been like, what was the point of Roman and Rock winning? I would have complained about that. But luckily the bloodline, but you know, bloodline rules technically was anything goes, no count out, no disqualifications. Uh, you can have interferences, whatevs. But yeah, this was a good match. This was the match to watch. Um, there were some close spot. Like I said, there were some close spots where could have ended early if it wanted to, but luckily it didn't because I would have given this a low grade. Um, and then when it started to pick up near the end, and the bloodline started showing up, um, first Jimmy Uso came out. He got taken out by Jay Uso, who came out after. Solo came out. Then Seth Rollins came out to the old Shield song, and at first I thought, wait a minute, the Shield. That's like Moxley's still under contract with AEW. You mean he's going to show up in this match? That would be cool. Um, I don't know how they would pull that off, but yay, whatever, you know. Um, that actually would have been cool if that was a actual happen. Triple H cashing in the big bucks, say, "Hey, can we get John Moxley? Just for the night. Just for one spot." So yeah, that would have been cool. Or maybe even having Kurt Angle come out in the Shield gear because he was a Shield member for one match. So yeah, it'd be nice to see Kurt Angle in the Shield gear again. But yeah, nice little callback, with Plan B, and everything. So yeah, that was awesome. Um, then of course The Rock came out and took everybody out, and then John Cena came out. Um, Rock and Cena got into each other's face and everything. They started going at it. Um, so yeah, all hell broke loose. Then when The Rock was in the ring, lights went out. The bell tolls. Undertaker comes out. I'm Me talking about it's giving me goosebumps because every time I hear the Undertaker's bells, I get goosebumps. I literally do, and I'm getting them again just talking about it. So it's good to see. Good to hear those bells one more time. And so yeah, Undertaker looked pretty good. Choke slammed The Rock, and so yeah, came down, and then the bloodline was cleared out and everything. Seth Rollins was cleared out too and everything, and Jimmy and Jay, you know, Jay took out Jimmy and off the stage onto some tables and everything. So yeah, it was a pretty ruckus night, and so yeah, after all that, Cody throws on a couple of his finishers. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes finished the story. I give this match an A plus. And So to answer your question, to Ricky, how do you feel about uh, Cody finishing the story? Um, Simple. I it it needed to be done. The story had to be finished. Um, the way the way the story, I this was the better call, and I know I probably, looking back at it, I'm glad that it was contested on the bloodline rules, because if it was, because it gives more of an obstacle for Cody to use, and Cody loves obstacles. Cody, loves a challenge, loves the fight, and he's a fighting champ. He's a fighting champion, even when he wasn't, even when he wasn't holding the belt. When we saw, when he came back to the WWE and had that feud with Seth Rollins, and he was in that Hell in a Cell match with um with Rollins, and he tore his bicep and everything like that, and it just looked horrible. It just looked horrible. It just looked like his own little thing, and he pretty much was working with one arm, and just the way it did there, and you see that scar right there, uh, between there and the so yeah, it's a really big deal. Um, having said how you know, I should have picked Rock and Roman to win night one, so that it would have bloodline rules, because because regardless of the outcome, I was going to pick Cody Rhodes to win this match, and I'm glad that I did. Um, and yeah, this this was a really good story to tell. Especially this was pretty much the end game. This was pretty much, it did remind me of a lot about the end game, and and Roman Reigns is the Thanos of the bloodline, of the WWE, and the undisputed championship is the Infinity Gauntlet, and you can say that um the Rock is is more like the Thanos in that spec, but to me he's more like King the Conqueror. He's or Galactus, basically. Very very. He's one of the powerful beings. That's how I look at it. And but this right here was like the end game, and and you could not tell a better story than this, especially closing out that chapter. Um, so yeah, how do I feel about Cody finishing the story? I love it. I absolutely love it. It was a story that needed to end in, so that a story finishes, this story, a new story can begin. So he can start writing his, he could start writing his new book, his new story about how he defends this championship, and where does he go from there. And yeah, so yeah, this so I'm liking what the story is going to go with his new title run. He's a fighting, Cody is a fighting champion ever since coming back from the WWE. He looks good. He looked like $1,000,000, even still, after coming fresh off of, looked like he was in good, better spirits. And his wife Brandy was showed up too. um looked good, man. And so yeah, looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And but yeah, this this was the match to watch. This was the better match, and yeah, A+ match. This was this was a story. Got the crowd was excited. I had a couple of my friends, my colleagues from crypto wrestling, the crypto slam. I mean, um, they were there, and they told me that that it was the place was electrifying. I don't know how it was in there, but 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 for me watching it on on Peacock, I felt the electricity. I really did. It was amazing to see what was to come out of this match, and I wish I was with them because this would have been an amazing show and everything like that, and it would have been my first WrestleMania. But I'm not sure where they're going to be at next year. I'm sure they're going to announce it tomorrow on Raw or on Monday night. But yeah, um, if there's one little nitpick I have, I kind of wish that Stone Cold Steve Austin was there. It would have been nice, just seeing Austin and The Rock in the ring together, um, one more time, and Austin just delivering a stunner to The Rock, and then maybe having the Undertaker come out. Um, but I like what they did with this because you didn't want to overdo it. You didn't really want to overdo it. So yeah. Um, and yeah, Undertaker still looked good and got into the face of The Rock and John Cena. Also, I mean, yeah, you couldn't tell a better story than this. So yeah, I love this match, and I'm gonna continue watching this match because this was the match to see. If you haven't seen it yet, you got to see it. This was the match. You definitely have to see it. And yeah, steal somebody's, and if you saw it and you have a friend who didn't see it, share your password so that they can see it. Come on, be a credit to all you fans. So we will see what comes up on Raw on tomorrow night. Especially with the eclipse coming. So yeah, they're gonna throw in that. They're gonna throw in that BS in there somehow. And it's like, so, um, so yeah. With that being said, we gotta celebrate. We gotta celebrate. I mean, hey, I would have had the Stone Cold IPA, which I thought about. I got a busy day tomorrow, but that's okay. I got something better though. I got something better. I can smell it. This little bad boy right here, and beam apple. I actually like this one. So yeah, Cody, congratulations on winning the main event and finishing your story. And I'm gonna finish this story right now. So cheers. Have a drink. Do the same. Everybody who's watching at home. Ooh, that was good. That was good. Haven't had it in a while, but yeah, I don't want to break up the Everybody hates Hennessy. I don't know why, but it's good. But I don't recommend it. All you young kids out there watching, right? 21, drink responsibly. You're old enough. There we go. My little chaser. There we go. Wash it down. So, alrighty. Overall grade is a an A minus. A minus. Um, seems fair. There were some A matches in here, but there was some um B matches. Match of the night, obviously, as I said, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. That was the better match of the night. Um, Worst match of the night has to go to um, AJ Styles and LA Knight. Again, wasn't that bad. It just it just took too long. Worst wrestler of the night, Logan Paul. I just wanted to throw that in there. Um, there we go. Um, the WrestleMania moment for night 2, I have to go with this one. Cody Rhodes finishing the story. This this was the like I said, this was the one to watch, and you couldn't ask for a better match than that. You really didn't. It was the match to see. Um, Definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. And yeah, it this was perfect. This was the match to watch. Um, yeah, I mean, it's great storytelling, and yeah, you can't go wrong with that. So yeah, so okay, chat is open as I said. Anybody has anything else they want to add or give their thoughts about what they? Oh yeah, before we even do that, I mean you can do that while I um decide which was the better night. Was it night 1 or night 2? That's a difficult decision because both nights had some damn good matches. I mean, night 1 we had the tag team main event. You had the um you had um Sami Zayn winning the Intercontinental match. Had a nice Intercontinental title match with Gunther, and pretty much dethroning him uh with a long time to raid. Um, yeah, there wasn't that much to complain about, and it was very very good. Um, Usos had an emotional night and everything, fighting. So yeah, overall, this night was really really both nights were really really good. Um, Bailey winning, and Seth, Drew McIntyre, finally winning with an audience, but you know came up short when he got started focusing on CM Punk instead of just celebrating and leaving. And which caused Damian Priest to come in and which caused Damian Priest to come in and do what he had to do. And so yeah, it was a good moment for him. And yeah, you know, so it is really, like I said, it was really tough to call what night won. And and I think night two um was the better show. I think if I was you know betting on it and everything like that, I think night two was the better show. Um, Considering the fact that you had one hell of a main event. You had a nice story. You had a nice story with Drew McIntyre. You had Bailey. Um, pretty much finishing her story. Damian Priest starting his new journey as champion. Yeah, and then of course you had the Hall of Fame, the Hall of Famers out there, and so yeah, this you know yeah it it may not have had but yeah, this was the better night, and you know a lot of favorites were on hand. We got to see Bubba Ray Dudley, and you get to see um the Hall of Fame class, and paying their respects to Bray Wyatt. The Fireflies were out. Get to see the Undertaker, get to see John Cena, get to see all the stuff happening, and the Shield music coming out and everything. It just made perfect sense. And so yeah, this was the match to see, and I'm actually gonna watch. After the show, I'm gonna watch that match again. I just love that match. But yeah. I think night two was a really good match. Was a really good night, and I think that was the better night. So yeah, I'm giving it to night two. Both were, even though both were equally good, and if I had to choose between one, which technically I have to, yeah, night night one was, night two was the better show. And because it was more emotional, because I brought that up during the prediction show, that this that when it comes to emotions, night two has a lot of emotion, and has more emotion than night one. So who knows? Maybe next year's WrestleMania could be different, and night one can be the one that give us some more of an emotion. So yeah. Um. So what did you guys think? I mean, I know there's some people watching, so um, I want to know what everybody you guys out there had to say. What was your favorite night of Wrestle? Was it night one or night two? I really would like to know. And what you thought of some of the matches that you saw? What was your favorite match of the between night one and night two? I'd like to know that. I mean, chat is open. I mean, I just gave a shout out to Ricky H and everything like that. Oh, he's still watching. And yeah, Eric Vlog's life favorite night was night two, undoubtedly, and undoubtedly, yeah. And I don't know, I'm shot, but yeah, night two, yeah, definitely night two was the better show, and especially that main event was just like the icing, was like the cherry on that beautiful Sunday. And yeah, he goes, night two was full of surprises. Night one did nothing but follow a script. I was in I was in attendance for both nights, by the way. I'm still in Philly. Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. And so yeah, night one just followed the match card I meant. Yeah, Yeah, I know what you meant. But yeah, they just they follow the script and everything like that. And but yeah, and yeah, it's like I said, it was night two was full of surprises. It was also full of emotion too. Like I said, it was the best. I always said this, that night two is always more emotional and you know more surprises and everything like that. So yeah, this was a a really cool night. And yeah, shout out to Eric Vlogs who was partying in Philly. And how are the cheesesteaks down there? I would like to know if he had any. If he had any, I'd like to know what your take on those Philly cheesesteaks that I always hear so much about. Um, um, because I actually want well, the places I did one year go to Philly, but it wasn't for like a trip or anything like that. I had I actually had to take two planes because I had to go to Florida for some personal business. This was a long time ago when I was younger, and um, but yeah, I was only in the airport to switch planes, and I kind of want to visit Philadelphia um, sooner. And Eric Blas said didn't get to try them. Sadly, he's leaving tomorrow morning, so won't have the chance to. And I was like, I hope you get a chance to go back. If you do get a chance to go back, let me know what you thought about those Philly cheesesteaks. Because out of all the sandwiches that I love, out of all the sandwiches that I love, Philly cheesesteaks are my favorite. So, and there's a there's a place that I go to um not too far from where I live, and they make some pretty the people there they make some damn good cheesesteaks. It's at Cleveland's Country Store in Terryville, and they were not sure if you heard it on TV, but the crowd throughout the show was chanting "Turn the lights off" as they would put on a very bright light on in the set, and it was really blinding us. You know what? It's funny that you said that because my colleague from Crypto Nightmare, um, Crypto Slam, she was at attendance. Tails, and good friend of mine. She actually brought that up, and in our group in our group chat that I'm in. And so yeah, she brought that up, and yeah, I was kind of wondering what the fans were saying. I thought, at some points I thought that they were saying that they were saying that it was boring, or I thought that they were just saying some other rest to heckle the wrestlers. But yeah, I was like, turn the lights off, and I was like, I couldn't really understood that because of all the commentary that was going on. So yeah, it is funny that you brought that up, and so yeah, yeah, it didn't look good on. I didn't really notice that at some points, but yeah, it did cause a distraction at some points and everything like that. Especially if you had if there's a lot of people out there with seizures and everything like that, you don't want to mess with those kind of lights like that. So yeah, I can understand that if anybody had that problem. So yeah, yeah, but yeah, again, shout out to Eric Vlogs for being at attendance, and big shout out to Tails too. My friend from Crypto Slam, and my good friend Ed, my good friend Eddie from Crypto Slam as well too. Yeah, they both been on my show many times, and so yeah, they both were there. That I saw their pictures that they take from WWE World, and yeah, they had a good time. And sucks I wasn't there to join them. So yeah, I mean, I'm loving this interaction that we're getting here, and I absolutely love it. And just watching the fans, especially especially some reactions from someone who was actually there at the event, and so yeah, absolutely big. Like I said, big shout out to Eric Vlogs for giving his take on being there live in person. So yeah, big shout out to him. So, any other questions or comments out there? Love to hear what you have to say because this show is all about you. This show is what it's all about because you, the wrestling fan, makes the show happen, and I love stuff like this because I used to do stuff like this back when I was doing the show on cable access. So yeah, this makes this moment happen. So, and believe it or not, I get a better reaction than when I do on Channel X. Just you know, because originally, when I was doing the show on cable access, I will make a fun fact about this. When I when I made a um when I did the show back in those cable access days, this was the very first show that I've done back in the day. We're talking about back in 1996. So we're coming into 28 years of uh of doing this. So yeah, this is a really big deal. And Eric goes, thanks, man. I uploaded a vlog of my experience for Saturday and will upload Sundays tomorrow. If you want to check it out? I'll be heading to sleep. As I have a flight tomorrow, but I subscribe to you. Awesome. I'll be checking your stuff out too, and I will do that. Thanks for the shout out, brother. I will check out your other video soon. Awesome, awesome. And well, see, this is why I do this because get the see get the get the interaction and everything, and so yeah. Um, let me, let me see. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to do this right now as I'm live, and I am hitting the subscribe button to your channel, and I'm gonna turn on the notifications as I. Oh wait, no, I'll do that later. So yeah, I just subscribed to your channel, and yeah, I'm gonna check your vlog from night one. So yeah, awesome, awesome. This is why I do this. This is why I do this. Get to see other YouTubers, and get to interact with other YouTubers and out there, and and it's good. I did a live subscription. Uh so very much appreciated, man. Awesome. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. So yeah. Um I see the like button already. And so yeah, like I said, big shout out to check out his channel too. Um for all you that are watching out there too. So give him a like and a subscribe too. Why not? Share the fun. Share the fun, share the wealth, as I like to say. And with that being said, I am going to call this a night. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and hope everybody out there had a wonderful time at Wrestle Mania. I know a couple of my friends, as I said, did, and Eric had a good time as well too. Hope everybody else had a good time. Any last minute question to comment? I'll do this while I'm doing my. I'll stop my outro and interact with everybody else before I leave. give it like a few minutes. But while I'm at it, go to w.gg and check out their products and save 10% on your purchase by using the promo code BRILL at the checkout. And so yeah, save you some 10% off of all the awesome stuff that they have on their website. And so yeah, oh yeah, and so um, but yeah, that's all the time I have for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. And if you miss any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Give this video a thumbs up. And if, if you like it, comment down below what you thought your favorite WrestleMania moment was. What was your favorite night of WrestleMania? And overall, what was the best match what was the best match on the card? Like I even need to ask. I don't think I think this is I think it's a no-brainer after watching night two. And so yeah. But I would like to know what was your favorite match of WrestleMania. You know, it could be the main event from night two, could be the tag team match from night one, could be Sami Zayn winning the Intercontinental Championship. We don't know. You know, I mean, I know I have my favorite, and I just talked about it for the duration of this video. But I'm sure there's some hidden gems that that might be different than. That's why I do this, because I like to compare ideas. Um, and I just lost my train of thought. You see that? And no, it had nothing to do with the fact that I just did a shot. But my nose is all red because of it. And it's only a little thing. But yeah, I know what I was going with this. Ring the bell to stay notified on what I'm going to be doing next. Um, and yeah, ring the bell to stay notified on what I'm going to be doing next. And if you want to have yourself a WrestleMania moment and you want to finish your own story, do yourself support small streamers like myself by doing the most important thing that you can do to small streamers like myself, and that is lay the smackdown on that subscribe button, and you'll be glad you did. And you'll be doing a good cause by um, lending your support to small streamers like myself, and also finishing the story. No, it's easy, I know, but hey, gotta have a gimmick, and I'm the biggest gimmick in here. I mean, think about it. Tom Dog, that's a gimmick. And I've been using that since 2001. Crazy stuff I do. But I will be back here on Thursday with another episode with an episode of Channel X, my other show that I do, and got some fun topics to talk about on there. Um, one of them involving JoJo Siwa, but that's a different story altogether. And hope everybody had a wonderful time watching WrestleMania and everything. I'll be back here on Saturday, talk some more news, some more WWE news and AEW news. You can check that out every Saturday on this channel. So yeah, that what you will see. And till next time, this is Tom Dog, and once again, big shout outs to everybody who commented tonight. It's always glad to share the fun with everybody. Let them know. Of spread the word of this crazy this this crazy guy out here, and shit, spread the word about this crazy guy and everything. And again, one more time, shout out to Eric Vlogs for the comments and shout outs and for the comments and everything like that, and his take on his experience at Wrestle Mania. So yeah, awesome, and get some get well rested. You're gonna and looking forward to seeing your vlog on your YouTube channel. So yeah, and with that being said, that's all the time I have. See you next time on Wrestling. See you on Saturday on Wrestling Prime. See you Thursday on Channel X. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care. So long. Peace. Have a good night, everybody.